All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this seminar tonight. I believe you guys are excited as I am. You can use the chat box to confirm to me that you're with me tonight. My name is Akoyemi Emmanuel. I'm the team lead at IT Skills Center, and tonight we are having a seminar on tech career paths. We want to introduce you to all the different tech roles and the ones that are best suited for you and your tech personalities. So if you're with me, I can see we have some viewers online already. So I'm super excited to join you guys. So please, you can use the chat box to your right. Just drop a message to tell me your name, introduce yourself to me. If you're already in our WhatsApp group and you're part of the January cohort, you're joining us for the January batch, you can also drop a message. You can tell me your name and the state that you're currently residing so that we can, you know, engage each other on this seminar tonight. It's not just me, even though it's a webinar, but I don't want to just make it a one-sided conversation. So if you're excited as me to be on this webinar, please drop your name in the chat box so that I can engage with you directly. Just tell me your first name and the state you're currently watching from. And if you're already one of our students, you can also drop a message. If you're an intending student of IT Skills Center, you can also drop a message. All right, thank you for joining tonight. So, like I said earlier on, we will be looking at tech career paths tonight. And it's exciting because this is 2024. We're just some few weeks away from 2025, all right? And what that means is that time flies and it waits for no one. I could remember clearly 2020. In fact, I could remember year 2000 very well. And that's almost about 20 years now. 20 years is enough for a child to, graduate from school and probably be working. So what I'm saying in essence is that this is 2024. If you don't make a decision on what you want to do, and you keep postponing and procrastinating, I will learn something. I will get into tech next year. I will get into tech, maybe 2026 when I finish my school, when I finish this, when I make some money, whatever excuses you're giving yourself not to get into tech today, I can bet you 5 years will roll by and you have not started. So the earlier you start, the earlier you shut down those excuses and start getting into whatever tech role you want to get into, the better for you. Because something about tech is that the longer you stay in that space, the more earnings, or the higher your earnings that you can command. Let me say that again. The longer you stay in the tech industry, the higher your earnings. All right. So if I would not pay a software tester who just started last year the same amount of money I would pay a software tester who has been doing it for 3 years or 4 years. All right. So the earlier you start and get into the space, the better for you. So thank you, Scholar Saturday. If that's your name. Okay, I think I can see Imadi Saturday, but that's exciting that someone's name is Saturday. I think I've heard Sunday. I have a lot of Sunday friends. Monday, yes, it's weird to see Tuesday, but I'm saying Saturday. So nice to meet you, Imadi Saturday from Edo State. Kudos to you guys for joining. Blessing Oluwatobi from Oyo State, Ibadan. Yes, thanks for joining. You're an intending student for January bootcamp. I'm super excited to see you guys. I'm going to see you in January by God's grace, God keeping us alive. And you are joining the data analysis course, right? I'm excited to see you. So definitely we'll be seeing each other in the data analysis class. So today, like I said, we are going to be looking at tech career path. And why is this webinar important? Why do we do this? Because most people are just like, you remember when we were in secondary school in those days, I remember clearly, if you ask, by God's grace, I even actually own a secondary school today. So when I remember when I was doing career seminar for my students in last month, and I was trying to get them to decide the department they want to go into, whether the science, the commercial, or the arts. Most of them say, oh, I want to be an engineer. Oh, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. If you have ever asked any child before, there are just about 10, courses that they are aware of in the university. Just about 10. In fact, there was a competition I did in my school. I told them to mention about 30 different courses that they know. I gave the winner of that, the person that was able to mention 30, I gave the person about 2K, and everybody was excited because, most people know about 10 courses. And why am I saying this? Because most children grow up not knowing that there are so many other options or so many other career options that they can go for. They just know lawyer, doctor, pharmacy, medicine and surgery. They know accounting, and those common, you can just count them, just about 10. But it doesn't make sense that everyone wants to just go into those 10 courses, right? The same thing with tech. When people get into tech, I want to get into tech. Oh, what do you want to do? I want to be a software engineer. That's what most people know, software engineer. Now everybody's aware of data analysis. Everybody's aware of maybe partly science. So if people just know about five, the popular five, but there are so many other options. So many other options. And I was talking to a friend who wants to also get into tech earlier in the year, and he was saying that, all the tech roles, I don't like coding, I don't like writing codes. And I said, guy, there are so many tech roles that you will never write code, like so many that you will never even see code, right? So, but you need to be aware of these tech roles, and that's why we're having this webinar today. That's the importance of this webinar, because we want to share with you the different tech career paths that are available to you, because it's not just the five that you know that are available, and all of them are paying very well. So don't be boxed in that ideology that is only software development, or it's only data science or data analysis, or it's only maybe web design and all of that. All right. So there are so many. So just to get straight into this, because it's going to be a short webinar, maybe in 30 minutes we should be out of here. I'm going to move on to my next slide. All right. So there are essentially two kinds of tech my. Hello, guys. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. All right, guys. So sorry that you can't hear me so far. I've been talking, but I didn't have my audio. So sorry. Wow, wow, wow. So sorry. I've been talking for the last how many minutes? So sorry about that, George. Thank you for pointing that out, George and Damilari. Thank you so much. Thank you for pointing that out. I was actually speaking, but my audio was not on. So I was actually talking about the two type of roles that we have. We have the technical roles, we have the non-technical roles, and I was trying to explain and clarify the different job roles or the different roles that we have under the technical roles. And I was saying that most people just are aware of the software developer role, and most people want to go for that. But I was saying that just like software development earn very high, other roles under the technical roles, they actually earn as well as the software developer role. So we have the data scientist role, we have the cybersecurity analyst role, we have the cloud engineer role, we have many more. We have software testing and so many other roles. So these roles are equally viable like software development. So don't just believe that only software developers earn very well. Data scientists earn as well as software developers. And I was saying when you were not hearing me, I said there are just two things you need to be mindful of for you to earn very well. Just two things. Number one, you need to be very good at what you do. Whatever career path you pick in the tech industry, make sure you're very good at it. And number two, make sure that particular course aligns with your with your tech personality. Is that okay? Make sure it aligns with your tech personality. Can you guys give me a second, please? All right, so sorry about that. I needed to attend to my little boy that was crying. He just woke up. So, as I was saying briefly, I said there are so many other roles apart from the software developer role that you need to be aware of, and they all equally earn very well. So, all you need to know and do is that you have to ensure that you pick a role that aligns with your tech personalities. I'm going to get into tech personalities shortly. So, tech personality means that you already have a natural inclination of where you're good at. So there are people that are natural problem solvers, all right? There are some others that are natural communicators. There are some others that are natural creative people. They love visuals, they love colors, they love arranging stuff. Those people, their tech personalities, is aligned towards the creative. So there are tech roles that are best suited for the creative, while some other tech roles are best suited for the problem solvers, those that think logically, those that love business logic. So you need to look at yourself and do what we call a self-assessment before you pick a tech role. Don't just pick a role because your friend or is earning very well. Your friend is a data analyst and is earning very well, and that's why you want to pick that role. All right, you need to pick a role because of your own personal strengths. Because when you pick a role based on your own personal strength, it's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you to get to the top of that career very fast. Is that okay? So that's technical roles. So let's look at the non-technical roles. So the technical roles are the ones where you get to maybe interact with a bit of coding, a bit of terminal work, a bit of programming. But the non-technical role has zero interaction with programming or coding. And that's where most of you can be if you are not interested in coding. So there are so many other roles you can function in where you will never write a code, and you need to be aware of those. So number one, we have the project manager role. The project manager role, are those guys that coordinate the entire product development process, and their work essentially is more of human interaction, is more of leadership, is more of coordination and organizing the team. So if you are the type that you are a people person, right? You love leading people, you love organizing people, you love ensuring to get excuse me, you love ensuring that people get things done, then you don't have any business in the software development role or any of the technical role. Your project manager role is the role for you, because you love leading others and you can help, you can get the work done through people. All right, if you are the type of person that can get work done through others, then project manager role is for you, because that's where you will shine. Don't go and become a software tester and you're just killing yourself there. So what I'm saying is, find out your strengths, find out the area where you will shine, and then that's where you should pick a role. So we have UI UX designers. Those are the guys that focus on building the design of the application itself. They are the first guys that build the UI of the application, the user interfaces of the application. Then we have the technical writers. These guys are the guys that write the documentation, the manual on how to use the product that the developers have built. But these guys work even as developers. So everybody is working in parallel. As the product manager is coming up with the product requirement, document, the technical writers are coming up with the documentation and manual, the UI UX designer are coming up with the prototype, for the design, and then the developers are building, and all of that is going on. So these are the different roles. Some of them, these are not all. We have over in the tech industry alone. I'm going to share a file with you. Excuse me. I'm going to share a file with you on WhatsApp. For those that have joined our WhatsApp group, I'm going to share that with you briefly. And you will see in that file that we have over 164 tech roles in the world today. Over 164. So these are just very, very few that I've picked. I've selected these ones because I believe these are the ones that you can easily access in Nigeria today. And these are the ones that you can easily get a job in Nigeria today. But for some of you that want to work both in and out of Nigeria for foreign companies, you can also look at that file and look at other roles that are potentially very lucrative and something you can learn. So let's go. So I've established to you that we have technical roles, non-technical roles. Let's look at the next thing I want to show you, which is why you should consider a tech career. I know most of you already have decided that you want to switch career from whatever you're doing today into tech. But I just want to re-emphasize why in 2024, going into 2025, you should be in tech. All right. Number one is flexibility and remote work. Everybody knows that tech is probably the only place today where you can work fully remotely. Fully, I mean fully. There's a company that I've worked with for like almost 2 years now, or 3 years, roughly going to 3 years, and we've never met. None of the team members have met. So I think that another company I worked with for a while, so that it was last December that we organized, a get together with all the team members, and we're meeting for the first time after working for more than 5 years. So what I'm saying is the flexibility of working from home, doing your stuff, doing other stuff, doing multiple stuff, that is tech for you. That's where you can get that. You can't get that in any other place. High earning potential. Of course, you know that tech is where you can earn very, very well. I don't have to re-emphasize that. You already know. Job security. Job security is not that you will not lose your job. No, that's not job security in tech. Job security in tech is that you are so good at what you do that you can move from one company to another very easily. That's what I consider job security. You can never be without a job. I was telling a friend on my way from Benin some days back, and I was saying that I can't imagine, I can't see so I was talking about people losing their jobs, in this economic crisis, and people downsize, and I said I can't see a tech person who is good at what he or she does that will be without a job for 6 months. It's almost impossible. I don't know any friend I have that can be without a job for 6 months. Why? And she just laughed and said, "Oh, it's possible. It's very possible in this economy. People are not hiring." I was like, "No, in tech is the only place where if you lose your job today, there are 3 companies waiting to hire you. If someone fires you, or if someone downsizes and and they want to let you go, there are 3 or 5 more companies that are going to take you. That is tech for you. So there is job security. Job security means that you can never be without a job. If you're good at what you do, I always like to put that caveat. If you're good at what you do, you can never, I can repeat myself over and over again, you can never be without a job if you're good at what you do. in tech. So that is one of the reason why you should be in tech today, because your job is secured. You will always get a job. You always have a job to do. Opportunities for growth, of course, you can keep moving from one role to another. You can be a project manager today. You can be a QA tomorrow, or you can start from the lower level, maybe start as a software developer, move into a team lead, move into a CTO role, move up into a CMO and all of that. You can keep going up into before you be a CEO, and off you go. You start your own business. So opportunities for growth are bound in the tech space because you can keep moving, up in the ladder. Then we have global career prospect. This is the one that makes people want to get into tech a lot, because they know they want to earn in dollars. So it's true, you can earn in dollars while in Nigeria. There is a global career prospect for you in tech, because you can work with any company if you are good at what you do. I will always put that part. So why I always put that part is because people think that it's a magic. When I get in tech today, by tomorrow I'm already earning in dollars. No, it's not true. It's not magic. All right. So you have to get into tech. You have to learn, put in the effort, put in the hard work, and sweat through the night. Learn all you need to learn. Practice, and then you can earn in dollars. So it's not all magic. It's not yahoo yahoo. All right. It's just that you have to put in the work, and once you're good at what you do, then you can work for any company of your choice in the world. So now to the crux of the matter. This is the main reason why this seminar has been set up, or this webinar has been set up, for you to understand what we call tech personalities. All right, because there are some tech personalities that are best suited for some tech roles. So we have 4 different categories of personalities in tech, based on all the different roles that we have. On the technical side, on the non-technical side, they've been categorized into 4. We have the problem solvers, we have the creative minds, we have the communicator, we have the obsessed. So the obsessed is probably where I fall into, because I love to just be behind my laptop. I've been on my laptop for 12 hours straight. 12 hours straight, non-stop, just working, just coding all the way. All right. So those are the obsessed. Obsessed means that if you are the type that love your computer more than humans, you like to talk to your computers more than talking to another human being, then you are the obsessed. You are one of the obsessed, because it simply means that you are the type that you like to write code, or you like to interact. It might not necessarily be code, because the DevOps engineers, they are configuration guys. They set up the servers and all of that. So anytime you have someone who can stay behind a laptop and just want to work alone on their system and keep doing what they're doing, and they're very good at it, they are the obsessed, because they love to stay within the laptop environment. So they have this. If that is you, if that is naturally you, just love to interact more with your laptop. You love to do stuff. You love to get stuff done on your system more than just talking to another human being. Then you will do well in a tech role that is best suited for these obsessed people. So software development role is best suited for the obsessed. DevOps engineer or engineering role is best suited for the obsessed. Cloud engineering role, best suited for the obsessed. Software testers, best suited for the obsessed, because you need to be paying attention to details as a software or a QA engineer. You need to stay on your system, finding the bugs, testing the APIs, ensuring that you find every single thing that is wrong with the application. So the obsessed are those guys that just prefer to stay behind the system more than interacting with other human beings. All right. So if you're that type of person, and you've observed that is your strength, it's not a weakness, right? It's a strength. If you can work more with, you can stay alone, you can work alone. You don't really want to work with teams. You don't want to work alone. Then the obsessed is where you belong. Find a role in that particular area. So let's look at the next tech personality. We have the problem solvers. These guys are the ones I was talking about earlier. I said these are the guys with the curious mind, meaning that they are curious, and they want to get to the root of the matter. They want to find out what is wrong, or they want to find out if there is a pattern in this thing they are looking at. They are the guys that can see patterns in things. They're the guys that can find solutions to why something is wrong. They're the guys that can dictate that something is actually even wrong in the first place when nobody is saying that something is wrong. So if you are the type that have a curious mind, and you're always asking the question why is your natural language, then you should be you are one of the problem solvers, and you should pick a tech role that is best suited for your tech personality. So cybersecurity is a good place for you to be. System analyst is a good place for you to be. Data scientist is a good place for you to be. So if you are that type of person that always questions everything, then you are a problem solver. You should pick a tech role in that area. Then the next one are the creative minds. These are people that love, they are visual in their thinking. Their imagination is wild. They can see, they think in pictures. The obsessed thinking, they think in logic. The obsessed guys, they think in logic. They can process business logic. The creative mind, they think in pictures. When you are describing a problem, excuse me. So why the obsessed guys when you are describing, when a client is describing a problem to all of these people in the room, the obsessed guys are seeing the problem logically. They are thinking about the solution logically. The creative mind is thinking about the solution in pictures. They are seeing the screens. Okay, they want to be able to make sure that the election is not rigged in Nigeria again. What do? We want in 2027, we want to ensure that election is not rigged. How can we ensure that even before the voters get to the voting booth, this and this happens? We want to. So all of that problem that they are describing, the creative mind is seeing all of that in pictures and is coming up with his solution in pictures. The obsessed is thinking logic. The problem solver is querying it. Is even asking why. Why do they steal the ballot boxes? How do they steal the ballot boxes? Which direction do they go? How do they do it? It's always questioning everything. All right. So that is where their strength lies, and it's best suited for different roles. The last one, so I don't overstress this, is the communicator. The communicator are those guys that love to talk. They love to talk more than sit with a laptop. They love to interact with other people. They love to, engage with customer, or engage with their boss, or engage with the developers, or engage with the clients, or engage with the, they are very good with human interactions, and they can also come up with documents that people can understand in a very simple and layman terms. So if you're a communicator, then these are some of the roles that you can go for: technical writer role, the project manager role, customer success role, customer support role. I can't remember any other one now, but there is the which other one now that is there that has to do with the communicator. Yeah, so there's a project manager role too. Yeah, project manager and product manager. There's a product manager role. These are all, these are communicators. These are guys that want to lead through order. So having said that, what should you be thinking now? What should you do now that you've known this? You've known that it's not just data analysis that exists out there. You've known that it's not just data science that exists out there. You've known that it's not just software development that exists. There's so many other ones. So find your own strength. What is your natural strength? Do a self-assessment this night and say, okay, why am I really going for data analysis in January? Is it because my friend Laide is going for it? Or is it because my friend Bosu, is earning 500K per month? That's why I want to be a software engineer, and so I want to do front end because of Bosu. No, that should not be the case. Look at do a self-assessment. There's even a quiz we can share with you that you can, you can answer the questions in the quiz, and it can also suggest to you where you belong in these tech personalities, and that can help you. So the whole idea is that any role you pick, ensure that you love that role because it aligns with your natural giftings already. And if you do that, it's going to help you to be the best at what you do. So you can start dropping your questions if you have any questions in the chat box, so I can answer them quickly before we wrap up. All right. So IT Skill Center is where we are broadcasting from tonight, and we're expecting you in January to join any of our courses. Most of you have learned online before. I would always advise that you come under a mentorship program like that of IT Skill Center. Why? Because we will handhold you to ensure that you move from a novice to become a master in whatever tech role that you have chosen. All right. We will not, it's not, that's why we do online trainings and online classes, but even our online classes are not just pre-recorded videos. Our online classes are live classes like this, so that you have direct access to a very an intelligent and sweet instructor that can answer your questions and ensure that you learn. So join us in January. Ensure that you participate in the foundational classes. We normally have foundational classes for most of our courses, and the purpose of the foundational class is just to get your feet wet to ensure that you are ready to start the actual program in January. So keep your eyes open and look out for the WhatsApp group to ensure that you know where the foundational classes are starting. For courses like software development especially, we normally have foundational classes and interview before we admit students. All right, so if you have any question, you can drop it in the chat box, and I will really love to answer any of your questions quickly. So I would just encourage you to cultivate a growth mindset, because there is no end to learning in tech. There is no end to learning in tech. You will always learn more and more. There is always something new to learn in tech. In whatever role you have picked, in software development role, in product management role, in software testing role, any role you pick, there is always something to learn. So cultivate a growth mindset. If you are the type that don't like to read, please don't come into tech, because you will need to read by yourself. You will need to just read up stuff, read up documentation, check out stuff on online, check out Stack Overflow, check other people's work. You need to be able to, research yourself. So if you're the type that you just want money, you just want to come and make money, but you don't want to do the work, please, tech is not for you. So please ensure that you're ready for the work ahead. But I can assure you, if you put in the work, you can start earning six figures in no time. In a year or two, you can start earning six figures in why even in Nigeria. And of course, it's easier to relocate if you already have a tech skill. All right, if you want to relocate out of Nigeria, it makes your life easier. If you want to apply for Tech Nation, you have a visa access to the UK with Tech Nation, and your tech skill is very, very easy. So those are some of the things that are benefits for you if you want to get into tech. And yesterday is already too late. So today you have today now. So apply. Ensure you come in January and be a part of the new incoming batch. So since there are no questions, I can't see any questions in the chat box. I'm going to assume that there are no questions. So I just want to appreciate all of you again. Damilare Dowu, thanks for joining. Zainab, Ibrahim, and George Best, and Blessing Oluwatobi, and every other person, Isaac Freedom, Scholar Saturday. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate your time. Hopefully we'll see you in January, and we'll keep talking in the WhatsApp group. Please invite your friends to join the program. Make sure that all your friends participate in the program. So have a lovely evening, and good night to you all. Thank you.